Hey everybody, it's Sabrina Henne. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Anyway, we're going over 1 Kings 18. And it came to pass after many days that the word of the Lord came to Elijah in the 3rd year, saying, Go, shew thyself unto Ahab, and I will send rain upon the earth. And Elijah went to the shew himself unto Ahab, and there was a sore famine in Samaria. And Ahab called Abadiah, which was the governor of his house. Now Abadiah feared the Lord greatly, for it was so when Jezebel cut off the prophets of the Lord, that Abadiah took 100 prophets and hid them by 50 in a cave, and fed them with bread and water. And Ahab said unto Abadiah, Go into the land, unto all the fountains of the water, and unto all the brooks. Peradventure we may find grass to save the horses and the mules alive, that we lose not all the beasts. So they divided the land between them to pass throughout it. Ahab went one way by himself, and Abadiah went another way by himself. As Abadiah was in the way, behold, Elijah met him, and he knew him, and fell on his face, and said, Art thou that, my lord Elijah? He answered him, I am. Go tell thy lord, behold, Elijah is here. And he said, What have I sinned, that thou wouldest deliver thy servant into the hand of Abed to slay me? As the Lord thy God liveth, there is no nation or kingdom whither my Lord hath not sent to seek thee. And when they said, He is not there, he took an oath of the kingdom and the nation, and what they found thee not. And thou says, Go tell thy Lord, behold, Elijah is here. And it shall come pass, as soon as I am gone from thee, from the Spirit of the Lord shall carry thee whither I know not. So when I come and tell thee, Ahab, he cannot find thee, he shall slay thee. But I, thy servant, fear the Lord from my youth. Was it not told my Lord what I did when Jezebel slew the prophets of the Lord, how I hid 100 men of the Lord's prophets by 50 in a cave, and fed them with bread and water? And now thou sayest, Go tell the Lord, behold, Elijah is here, and he shall slay thee. And Elijah said, As the Lord of hosts liveth, before whom I stand, I will surely shew myself unto him today. So Abadiah went to meet Ahab and told him, and Ahab went to meet Elijah. And it came to pass, when Ahab saw Elijah, that Ahab said unto him, Art thou he that troubled Israel? Oh, whoops. And he answered, I have not troubled Israel, but thou, thy father's house, and that have forsaken the commandments of the Lord, and thou hast followed Balaam. Now therefore send and gathered to call all Israel unto Mount Carmel, and the prophets of Baal 450, and the prophets of groves 400, which eat at Jezebel's table. So Ahab sent unto all the children of Israel, and gathered the prophets together unto Mount Carmel. And Elijah came unto all the people, and said, How long hath ye between two opinions? If the Lord be God, follow him, and if Baal, then follow him. And the people answered him not a word. Then said Elijah unto the people, I, even I only remain a prophet of the Lord, but Baal's prophet are 450 men. Let them therefore give us 2 bullocks, and let them 1 bullock for themselves, cut it in pieces, and lay it on wood, and put on the fire under, and I will dress the other bullock, and lay it on the wood, and put no fire under. And call unto the name of your gods, and while I will call on the name of the Lord. And the God answered by fire, let him be God. And all the people answered and said, it is well spoken. And Elijah said unto the prophets of Baal, choose 1 bullock for yourselves, and dress it first, for thee are many, and call on the name of gods, and put no fire under. So they took the bullock which was given them, and they dressed it, and called the name of Baal from morning unto noon, saying, O Baal, hear us. But there was no voice, and no one answered. They leaped unto the altar which made, and it came to pass at noon that Elijah mocked them, and cried out loud, for he is a god, either he is talking or he is pursuing, and he is in the journey, or peradventure he sleepeth, and he must be wakened. And they cried out loud, cut themselves after their manner with knives and lancets, till the blood gushed out upon them. Oh gosh. And it came to pass when midday was past, and they prophesied until the time of the offering of the evening sacrifice, that there was neither voice or any to answer, nor any that regarded. And Elijah said unto them, people, come near me. And all the people came near. He repaired the altar of the Lord, which was broken down, and Elijah took 12 stones according to the numbers of the tribes of sons of Jacob, unto whom on the word of the Lord came, saying, Israel shall be thy name. Now, I want to say this one thing. For the people that talk bad about crystals and stones in the Bible, this right here in 1 Kings 18:31, it says Elijah took 12 stones according to the number of the tribes and of the sons of Jacob, unto whom the word of Israel came, saying, Israel shall be thy name. With the stones he built an altar in the name of the Lord, and he made a trench about the altar as great as he would contain 2 measures of seed. So we must not I'm sorry, but make fun of people that like stones and crystals and stuff, because here Elijah made an altar to God with stones. Okay, so, and with the stones he built an altar in the name of the Lord, and he made a trench about the altar as great as he would contain the 2 measures of seed. He put the wood in order, and cut the bullock pieces, and laid him on the wood, and said, fill 4 barrels with water, and pour it on the burnt sacrifice and on the wood. And he said, do it a second time. And they did it a second time. And he said, do it a third time. And they did it a third time. And the water ran about the altar, and he filled the trench with water. And it came to pass at the time of offering with the evening sacrifice, that Elijah the prophet came near and said, Lord God of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, let it be known this day that thou art God in Israel, that I am thy servant, that I have done all these things at thy word. Hear me, O Lord, hear me, that the people may know is that thou art Lord God, and that thou hast turned their heart back. And the fire of the Lord fell and consumed the burnt sacrifice, and the wood, and the stones, and the dust licked up the water, and it was in the trench. And when all the people saw it, they fell on their faces, and they said, the Lord, he is God. The Lord, he is God. And Elijah said unto them, Take the prophets of Baal, let no one of them escape. And they took them, and Elijah brought them down to the brook Kishon, and slew them there. And Elijah said unto them, Ahab, get thee up, eat and drink, for there is a sound of an abundance of rain. And Ahab went on to eat and drink, and Elijah went up to the top of Carmel, and he cast himself upon the earth, and put his face between his knees, and said to the servant, Go up now, look toward the sea. And he looked up, there is nothing. And then he said, Go again 7 times. And it came to pass on the 7th time, he said, Behold, there arises a little cloud out of the sea, like a man's hand. And he said, Go up, say, Ahab, prepare thy chariot, and get thee down, and the rain stop thee not. And it came to pass in the meanwhile, the heaven was black with clouds and wind, and there was a great rain. And Ahab rode and went to Jezreel. And the hand of the Lord was upon Elijah, and he girded up his loins and ran before Ahab to the entrance of Jezreel. That's today's reading, 1 Kings 18. Bye, you guys.